Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Good Morning Shift podcast. I'm your host, Rohit Rohila, and today's episode is brought to you by an unknown author. So this unknown author said, "What's done in the dark will shine in the light." Again, what's done in the dark will shine in the light. And what I love about this is it talks about how you don't need to be front and center about everything that you do, because learning those skills, reading those books, listening to those positive personal development podcasts, learning about your own growth is going to show up. It might not be in the eyes of those around you, but it will eventually. The effort you invest behind the scenes builds the strength that shows up later. An example of this is athletes who train every single day on their own. You hear stories of LeBron James, who would shoot a countless numbers of free throws, who would be the first to arrive, the last to leave. And that helped him become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. It's the little things that you do when no one's watching that shifts your focus onto what you truly want. An example could be maybe you wake up 5 minutes earlier. It might not show up in the eyes of others, but what it does for yourself will be reflected in what you do. A personal example is just this podcast. I don't know what episode this is, 20, 30 plus or something like that. But compared to my other podcasts, I can tell you the listenership just isn't there. But that's because I'm starting new. And I know that. And this is a daily podcast that I'm doing. And it's easy for me to take a look at the numbers on a daily level and say, this isn't getting the listenership that I am used to. But that's not important, because what I'm learning from this daily podcast is tremendous for my own growth. So am I going to continue this even if no one listens to it? Absolutely. Because again, I'm growing from it. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning. And that to me is worth it all. So for your shift this week, what I want you to do is pick something that you can do that no one's going to notice. Maybe you go to the library and find a book about personal development, or even go and listen to a podcast about personal development. If you want a good one to listen to, I've got the Shift from Within podcast. That is a weekly 20 to 30 minute episode that dives into advanced personal development types of things. So do one small shift that's going to make an impact in your life, even if no one's looking. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Good Morning Shift podcast. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you tomorrow.